Yep. Great.
Alright,
Goku vs. Superman 3 just got announced.
I'm only gonna say this once.
Did that scare them off? I hope it did. Oh, it did? Okay, sweet. Anyways, Goku vs. Superman 3 just got announced. And I'm actually excited for it. Now, I know the general consensus in the Versus community is that they're not really quite fond of Dragon Ball fans, especially Goku fans. Really, I can't blame you, but I'm just here to say I'm actually quite excited for the matchup, regardless of whoever wins. Still surprised? Okay, I understand. Just know that the purpose of this video wasn't made with malicious intent. I made this video to say that I'm glad they're doing Goku vs. Superman 3. Not just so the team can fix the research, albeit I wasn't exactly fond of their methods they used for scaling back in the day. It's mainly because of how much I've grown to appreciate both as characters. While Superman was always my dad's favorite, though I've grown to appreciate Kal-El and his good nature. There are many who find him a bit too plain or one-dimensional, and I'll admit I kinda had that mindset myself at one point, but there's more to it than that. After all, there are times where he does fall every now and then. Even then, he always does what's right in the end, which is in the motto, striving for truth, justice, and the American way, after all. Well, I mean, except there was injustice, but as much as I am fond of the Elseworld story, especially with Superman defeating his evil half in the end, we don't talk about that when discussing Superman. Not to mention the concept of evil Superman has overstayed its welcome. And what else can I say about Goku? I truly do love Dragon Ball as a franchise. Though I can't even front, there are definitely points where I began to question if it was genuine appreciation or if I was just in it for the hype. But then I read through all of Dragon Ball and restarted the anime, and it's safe to say that it caused me to fall in love with the franchise again. Even disregarding the issues many have with, the later parts, with GT and with Super, I enjoyed those as well. For me, I just enjoyed the entire franchise of Dragon Ball as a whole. Of course, there will be better storylines or series I'm invested in, but the series and its characters will always have a special place in my heart, especially Son Goku himself. Then again, I do wish people would stop spreading so much misinformation about the franchise and let me enjoy it in peace. Yet, here we are. Unfortunately, the announcement has already stirred up a discourse on both sides, some of which I happen to witness. Well, I'm not here for any of that, at least not anymore. I do still have many issues regarding the results of some matchups, but I ain't really here to try and start a riot. Not anymore, at least. I'll admit, back in the day, I would have snapped. We better get this right this time. Otherwise, I'm unsubbing them, I'm unfollowing them, and worse, I'll leave a hate comment, telling them how much I hate them. I would have done that. I was petty. I was a bit spiteful even. I mean, nowadays I can still be a bit annoyed, but, I still try to, at best, keep it to myself, but at worst, just, leave something there. Though I will say this, I can definitely be eccentric, especially in regards to, talking about matchups, talking about crossovers and whatnot, but it's just, I'm very passionate about this stuff. It's a nice little hobby of mine. Though, you definitely come across a bit differently when talking to other people. Weirdly enough, sometimes for some reason people get the wrong idea and think I'm coming off as aggressive, and really I'm just passionate about, the things I like. Yeah, listen, I was not really in the best mindset when Goku vs. Superman 1 and 2 first came out. I'll definitely be the first to admit that, but this is something I wanted for a while. At first, when the new announcement came, I didn't really know how to feel about it. In fact, to some extent, I still don't know how to feel about this, but I'm genuinely very excited for this. Mainly, not just for the analysis part, but also for with the animation potential, and also the story potential that this has, and with the story that they went through in the first and second one. That, or they might retcon it, considering what they were saying about, and also how they changed the titles. Plus, I became a massive Death Battle fan, especially with the prior seasons and this current season being incredibly consistent in the production quality. I wish the crew the best, and whatever happens, happens. There's a lot of feet, so there's a chance Superman may win, but I'll still root for Goku. Though it's great to see them use heroes again. Even though I wasn't really fond of the first official matchup featuring a hero's character, I'm still happy people enjoyed it regardless. Although, if he does win, I'll pop off. Regardless of the debunks or, anyone disagreeing with the results, I'll just pop off regardless. Because, it'll all come full circle. And that's all. Although if the next time is what I think it is, I'm in for a headache during the next waiting period. Though if I'm fortunate enough, I maybe will get an animatic in time for the release. Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. Also, regarding the matchup that I think it is, I'm not telling you. You'll have to find out yourself. Well, back in my heyday, I will admit, I was a bit rowdy, sometimes I would even leave a dislike, leave a hate comment, maybe even unsubscribe for them, from them for a few episodes before returning to them, just to hate them even more. Even though technically, at the end of the day, I still did appreciate them because they were bringing in two or even more of my favorite franchises and putting them against, grabbing two of my favorite characters from two franchises I love and adore, sometimes one, sometimes two, sometimes even more than that, and pitting them against together in a fight to the death. Now, of course, I was not really looking forward to seeing some of the characters die, but hey, it lasted this long after all. Probably not you.